This video is not that important, but I want to do it anyway. Now, apparently this was some stuff that, and I see like some sources on YouTube that are just posting about this. Like I see this was 9 days ago, this was 10 days ago, this was 5 days ago or something, whatever. This was TYT Sports, and there were a few others that talked about it. Now, let me try my best to see how I can break this down. So we know who Bill O'Reilly is. Bill O'Reilly had been a Republican host of Fox News, and he was there for the longest time. I think Fox News was first launched in 1996, and Bill O'Reilly had his show called The O'Reilly Factor, which lasted from 1996 up until 2017. So he'd been doing it for 21 years. He used to do this annual thing, or at least, I don't know if it was annual or he just did it once every 4 years when he would give interviews to whoever the president was. I mean, I know he did one for Bush. He did one for Obama. I'm pretty sure he did one for Trump. I don't know if he did one for Clinton. I mean, never really watched Bill O'Reilly that much anyway. I mean, I'm not really a regular viewer of Fox News. I mean, I watch it next to never. But I see this, I'm scrolling on YouTube and I come across a video entitled Ludacris Flips the Script on Bill O'Reilly. And I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, a rapper and a former Fox News host? Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. So in the description for TYT Sports, when they posted the video, they said, remember when Bill O'Reilly and his fans canceled Ludacris after he appeared in a Pepsi ad? Rick Strom breaks it down. Give us your thoughts in the comments below. So Bill O'Reilly was quite upset that Pepsi had hired Ludacris to kind of, sponsor, be in their ad. Of course, it doesn't surprise me that somebody like O'Reilly would be upset at something like this. Let's hear some of what he had to say back then.
On the subject of O'Reilly picking a fight with Ludacris,
it was irresponsible of Pepsi-Cola, companies made trillions of dollars in the United States, to hire a man to pitch their product who is, in my opinion, subverting the values of the United States.
It all
Bill, how is Ludacris subverting the values of the United States? I've never heard that before. How of he of all people? I don't. Aren't there some people that you support in government who are kind of doing that? I mean, I just don't. I don't know. This is fun. I'm sorry. It's fun. Matter of fact, let me here.
stemmed from Pepsi signing Luda to a deal. Bill was none too pleased with it. He would say, I'm calling for all responsible Americans to fight back and punish Pepsi for using a man who degrades women, who encourages substance abuse, and does all the things that hurt particularly the poor in our society.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is what Bill O'Reilly was quoted as saying, what you just heard right there. He said, so I'm calling for all responsible Americans to fight back and punish Pepsi for using a man who degrades women, who encourages substance abuse, and does all the things that hurt particularly the poor in our society. Bill, a man who degrades women, you know what Ludacris should do in that particular case, Bill? You know what Ludacris should do that would make you have more respect for him? Maybe he can say the things that he says about women, and he can paint his face orange and run for president, and then also get indicted 4 times. Maybe that'll make you like him. Would he look better then? Oh, and also talk about grabbing women in certain areas. Maybe that'll make you like him. Who encourages substance abuse. Now, to be fair, 100%, I don't necessarily follow Ludacris's music like that. if anything, the most that I've ever followed him really was his role as Tej in Fast and Furious. So I'm assuming that like a lot of rappers talk about smoking weed and stuff like that. Encourages substance abuse. I don't know anybody who decided to do substance abuse just because they heard something in Ludacris' song. I haven't heard that. I don't know anybody who's done, okay. And does all the things that particularly hurt the poor in our society. You know, we have this thing called, what's the best way I can put this? You know what hurts the poor in our society? Denying them things like stimulus checks, denying them things like Medicare and Medicaid expansion, denying them a good education, denying them higher wages. And you know who does that? People in our government, mostly Republicans, but to be fair, some Democrats. And if you ask me, I think that has been more damaging to the poor community as opposed to anything that Ludacris or any rapper had put into their songs. So to me, this just seems like a Bill O'Reilly just wants somebody to go after. And for some reason, he chose Ludacris as the target. So that was his target right there. Now, hold on a second. Let me do this. By the way, I should have warned you that this video was going to be a little bit unorganized. Let's do this. Hold on.
But because of pressure by Factor viewers, Pepsi Cola late today capitulated. Ludacris has been fired.
For the folks who cry out cancel culture, they sure do partake in it much.
Yeah, that's true. Let me fast forward a little bit. And Ludacris put something into his... Please let me find it. Here it is.
They found an orca with nothing but...
crap. The stupid ad. Let me skip it. Hold up. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, here we go. So Ludacris had wrote a song, and inside that song, here's some of the lyrics. Respected highly. Hi, Mr. O'Reilly. Hope all is well. Kiss the plaintiff and the wifey. I'm sorry. I had read that 3 times before, and I laughed each time, and I was trying not to. But now, to those of you that didn't, I know most people probably got that. Now, to some of you who didn't, what he was referring to in there when he said kiss the plaintiff and the wifey, I think what he was referring to was the fact that Bill O'Reilly got fired from Fox News in 2017 due to allegations of sexual misconduct. Now, hold on. Just to go into that a little bit right here. Departure from Fox News. In April of 2017, the New York Times reported that Fox News and O'Reilly had settled 5 lawsuits involving women who accused O'Reilly of misconduct. After the settlements were reported, the O'Reilly factor lost more than half of its advertisers within a week. Almost 60 companies withdrew their television advertisement from the show, among a growing backlash against O'Reilly. On April 11th of 2017, O'Reilly announced he would take a 2-week vacation and would return to the program on April 24th. He normally took a vacation around Easter. On April 19th, Fox News announced that O'Reilly would not be returning to the network. The program was subsequently renamed The Factor on April 19th and aired its last episode on April 21st. O'Reilly later stated his regret that he did not fight back against his accusers the way Sean Hannity did when facing the loss of advertisers around the same time. Okay, see, that part I didn't know. Now, there, again, so that's what Ludacris was referring to. Matter of fact, let me read that again. I'm sorry. Respected highly. Hi, Mr. O'Reilly. Hope all is well. Kiss the plaintiff and the wifey. I love it. I'm sorry. I love that. All right, look. So now let me get to, I'm looking for it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here's what O'Reilly said.
O'Reilly picking a fight with Ludacris.
It was irresponsible of Pepsi Cola, companies made trillions of dollars in the United States, to hire a man to pitch their product who is, in my opinion, subverting the values of the United States.
It all stemmed from Pepsi signing Luda to a deal. Bill was none too...
I can't find it right now. There was something in here where he was basically saying that Ludacris guy, he's I'm entitled to my opinion, and he's a thug. Okay, fine. Listen, hey, I don't knock you just for your right to have an opinion. Nobody's saying that you can't have your opinion. It's whatever. I do want to go back to the point where he was talking about Ludacris degrades women. And it's basically he's a bad influence, and the stuff that he puts into his songs is garbage, and it's trash, and it's the bad influence on our children. Okay, well, Mr. O'Reilly. No, let me stop lying. I don't have that much respect for you. I'm not going to call you that. I'm calling you Bill. Bill, do you not remember when you and Sean Hannity and Megyn Kelly and other people working at Fox News had brought on, you continued to bring on people like Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld, who were not only savage war criminals, but they came on the show and they have hurled a lot of racist insults towards Obama and his family. And you had people on your show that were comparing Obamas and them to apes and monkeys and gorillas, and basically how Donald Rumsfeld said that an ape could run the country better than Barack could. How you brought on people like Karl Rove, who basically said that the Obama presidency was basically like a drive-by shoot-in. Did you consider any of those comments degrading? I don't think you did. And I'm sure the reason why you didn't think they were degrading is because you agreed with those comments. You may not have said it openly, but I'm sure you agree with it. I think it's degrading to bring on people. When you bring on Cheney, Rumsfeld, and Rove, you're basically saying, and welcome to my show, some of the most savage war criminals that this country has had, and they're on here to make racist comments about the first black president. Guys, welcome to the show. I'm telling you, this is a funny world we live in. It's funny. And I'm so upset right now that I can't find the particular clip that I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for it. Is this it? Hold on.
Boycott Pepsi.
I'm giving you my opinion. It says he's not an artist, he's a thug, and I'm entitled to it.
He's not an artist, he's a thug. Okay, well, he is an artist, and regardless of what you think about his art, I mean, that's just what it is. It's art, and you're free to, as Dave Chappelle said it best, you're free to interpret that art however you want to interpret it. Because all forms of art have a set of fans, have a set of haters, which is you, obviously, and a set of people in between where they're just mixed either or, they don't care. And by the way, here's another thing that I want to point out. Since Bill O'Reilly has the audacity to talk about a rapper degrading women and subverting the value of the United States, whatever that means, I saw this article back in 2017, maybe 2018, and I'm pulling it up again because let's remind people of some of the comments that O'Reilly has made in the past that I'm sure he has not apologized for. This article was posted by Dana Schwartz, and this is according to The Observer. It says, let's not forget that Bill O'Reilly is also super racist. Again, this is not me saying this. I'm just reading to you right here what's on the thing here. Plenty has been written about the dismissal of former cable news heavyweight Bill O'Reilly in the wake of rampant sexual harassment accusations. But there's something important to remember as we're forced to reconcile his decades of degrading and humiliating women. Bill O'Reilly is also super racist. But somehow Ludacris is the problem. Okay, got you. He said, so this is a list of things that Bill O'Reilly has said and the statements that he's made in regard to, I mean, let's face it, black people. It says right here, Bill O'Reilly is overall just a terrible person. He made your grandparents worse for having watched him. Here is a short, not at all complete list of some of his most racist moments. He said he didn't hear a word that Representative Congresswoman Maxine Waters was saying because he was looking at her James Brown wig. Here's another one. He leered at a female black employee at Fox News and called her, quote unquote, hot chocolate. Now, some people might try to twist that around and say, oh, well, he called her hot, so it's not racist. Oh, here's my favorite one right here. This one right here is my favorite one. This is my favorite. He was surprised and amazed when he went to a restaurant in Harlem and found it was a normal restaurant where people weren't screaming, mother effer, I want more iced tea. So in the context of that sentence, he is basically saying that because Harlem is a 95 to 99% black city, he expected to go there and see black people acting a fool. He was hoping to go into the restaurant and come out saying, boy, oh boy, those people sure don't know how to behave themselves now, do they? I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, I wouldn't want my kids or grandkids hanging around those ghetto folks. I mean, we can't have that. But he received a rude awakening that day. It turns out that a number of black people know how to behave themselves, just so you know. Just so you know. There's a lot of us who don't, but the same could be said for people of any group. I mean, you get whites, Asians, Jews, Hispanics. I mean, it doesn't. If a person is misbehaving, it's because of who they are. People's personality, it just varies. It's not like a skin color matches a personality, and people like Bill O'Reilly are too stupid to understand that. Here's another one. He questioned how Trump would help black people get jobs when most of them are ill-educated and have tattoos on their foreheads. Well, they have tattoos on their foreheads, so they're not that bright. They're not that intelligent. And they won't learn, and that's why they'll stay poor, and they'll probably end up with 10 baby mamas and end up on the Maury Povich show. I'm probably exaggerating that part a little bit. I'm just taking it out of the context. I'm just having fun with this. He blamed Freddie Gray's lifestyle for his death. I think we know why. He says Asian people are not liberal by nature. They're usually more industrious and hardworking. He said, he aired and defended a segment from Jesse Waters that was more racist and exploitative of Asian Americans than can be accurately described in a single sentence. Just watch it if you have to. Keep the vomit bucket close. And so what that is right in that paragraph, there's a link that shows the video of what they were supposedly saying, which, by the way, I'm not going to click that. I don't feel like getting worked up. Like I said, I next to never watch Fox News. I'm not interested in Jesse Waters any more than I'm interested in Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Greg Gutfield or any of those other ones. It's not worth it for me. So they're all clowns in my opinion. But hey, if you watch them, that's on you. That's, people watch what they want to watch. He said that the slaves who helped build the White House were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government. Like slavery was a pretty good deal or something. Oh, and then here's another one. He told Mark Lamont Hill, a professor at Columbia University, that he looked like a cocaine dealer. Mark Lamont Hill is a black left-wing commentator who was on CNN, and then I think he got fired. He may have quit. I have to go back and double check that. I want to say he was fired because he told too much truth. And now he does his own podcast where he debates with a lot of different people about many different, different subject matter. He'll debate about Biden, Trump, whatever. So just when you look at those things alone, how does somebody who makes statements like that have the audacity to point to somebody like Ludacris and say, what he says is degrading? I'm telling you. I am telling you. Let me read that one more time. I have to do this one more time. Oh, goodness. The plaintiff and the wife. Listen. Respected highly. Hi, Mr. O'Reilly. Hope all is well. Kiss the plaintiff and the wifey. So, yeah, and I saw that there were a number of other rappers that basically went on there debating O'Reilly and, calling him out because he doesn't get... Listen, why are they wasting their time with somebody like him? Why? What's the point? I'm curious to know who got on who. Like, did O'Reilly call these rappers to come onto his show, or did they reach out to him? Like, I'm just curious. Like, I don't know. Who followed this? So, what's your take on this whole thing? Ludacris destroyed Bill O'Reilly, and that is one of the greatest things I had seen in my life. Good job, Ludacris. And Bill, kiss the plaintiff and the wifey. Like and subscribe.